versus Alexander Volkanovski. Okay, kudos, Alexander. You did a great job. You went all 5 rounds and people thought you won. The problem that I have is when I went up a weight class, I stopped him. There was no decision that I was going to allow the judges to take this from me. I went out there, I stopped him, and I did what I had to do to really call yourself and solidify yourself as champion. So did Conor McGregor, so did Daniel Cormier, and guess what? So did Amanda Nunes. So what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say here sometimes people will overhype something, and I'm guilty of it too. Guess what, Alexander? I wasn't giving you a chance. I wasn't giving you a chance with Islam Makhachev. Why? Because I just felt he was bigger and too much of that wrestle would probably overwhelm me. But guess what? I am man enough to say, hey, Alexander Volkanovski is a lot better than what I thought it was defensively. But where am I getting at, guys? Why are people dismissing me against Alexander Volkanovski? Okay, he defended a couple of takedowns, but guess what? Islam's not an Olympic champion. Guess what? Islam doesn't have my striking. Guess what? He's not faster than me. Guess what? Yeah, he is bigger than me, but I'm a smaller target. It's the same reason why people are super problematic with Alexander Volkanovski is the simple fact that he's short, he's fun-sized, and he has that against him. But I will not be fighting Alexander Volkanovski at 155 pounds. Bring him down to 145 pounds. Bring him down a featherweight. And that's, at the end of the day, guys, that's my ultimate goal. I'm going to win my belt. I'm going to defend my belt. And then I'm going straight to Alexander Volkanovski. That's the deal that I have with the UFC. That's the deal that I have with my manager. And everything goes straight. I will be fighting this dude in the near future. You see, what I'm trying to get to, guys, is if size matter, then the giraffe would be the king of the jungle. But it ain't like that. So what I'm saying is stop counting me out. My speed, my wrestling, my experience, you guys will slowly start to see that Triple C is the real deal. And my end goal is to become C4, to become a 3-division champ in the UFC, to become the first. And if Alex at that time still has a belt, then that's who I'm end up fighting. And I love that matchup, quite frankly.
Yeah, and I'm going to break the fourth wall. It'd be interesting to revisit UFC 276. You and Volk had that little backstage where you talked to each other. So it was kind of my idea to tweet that out for you. Tweet out, like, I'm still down with a little handshake at Volkanovski. I mean, if you look at that tweet, there's clearly interest in you fighting him. I mean, this has over 9,000 likes, like 880,000 views. Just looking back at that moment when you did kind of meet him and you kind of talked about, hey, I do respect you and all that stuff. Do you still feel that same way, like all these months later?
100%. But he's super beatable to me. And a lot of people I give him kudos for surviving somebody that just wrestles. But Islam's not a threat on his feet. As much as they want to talk about striking and stand-up, he's not a threat on his feet. Even with Charles Oliveira, like Islam caught Charles Oliveira, because a lot of what Charles Oliveira doesn't do, he breaks distance too much. He stays in that fight zone. He's a rangier fighter. So of course, man, of course, styles make fights, experience makes fight. But I'm not gonna be fighting this guy at 155 pounds. Then at that time, then I'm really kind of playing with fire, because he is the bigger man. At 145 pounds, you bring him down. I can see it's still a great matchup. I wouldn't be making a lot of those mistakes that Islam made, of going backwards without really, doing this and making yourself look bad. I'm a shorter fighter, so it's like there's more of a level change that you have to drop in order for you to take your opponent down. And these are things that he hasn't witnessed yet. Why do I bring that up? The first time I fought Demetrius Johnson, it was like that. The first time, and I'm probably about a couple inches to an inch and a half taller than Demetrius, but I could see the difference of the speed, the level changes, of where I had to go if I really wanted to take him down. And even in that second fight, like, I knew that my level change had to be a lot more aggressive, that I had to really time things quicker because of his quickness and his size. So that fight is still my ultimate, my end goal. My fight is still to become a 3-division champ. And a lot of you guys are probably think I'm just talking, but that's always been the end goal. I'm always trying to set the bar high. And then for those who are going to doubt me and continue to doubt me off of base one performance against the, congratulations. I even give you kudos. it's still not me. It's still not me. And I think I've proven that from what I accomplished. Youngest in history to win an Olympic gold medal in 2008, to being the great Demetrius Johnson on an 11 fight win streak, going for his 12th, to defending against T.J. Dillashaw, and then beating the Hall of Famer Dominic Cruz. I mean, like I said, if there's one thing that I do very, very well at is I'm a gamer, and I know how to play the tactical game of what mixed martial arts is.